I believe. Let me see. No, are we? Okay, I think I got audio. Whew, it's really weird being back, after being in nature for so long. But as promised, I will be reading and acting out bits and pieces from an AI-generated Batman script. I'll also tell you a little bit about my camping trip and break down some pieces of news like Kevin Spacey getting acquitted and, The Witcher Season 4 maybe being canceled. So let's break it down. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
So as I mentioned, over the weekend, I was out of town. I went camping. It was great. It was phenomenal. It was also exhausting and super hot. That part was not that cool. But overall, it was a fun trip. Now, I just realized as I was going live, because, I'm setting up some stuff to go, with my video here so that I can show you some nice visuals and stuff like that, that for some reason, some of the images that I wanted to load didn't load. And so I'm left without having a lot of stuff to show you. I'm going to try to fix it here in the background. In the meantime, everything got messed up and I don't understand why. It's really annoying. I hate technology sometimes. But anyway, before we even get into that, first off, Gus Becerra, thank you for joining me. Let me just give you a quick reminder that that my entire show, everything that I do has been moved to 5 p.m. Why? Because 5 p.m. works a little bit better for me. In fact, after this, I'm going to go do something, so I'm going to have a little bit of a life after I do the show. So 5 p.m. works a little bit better. I made a preemptive move of moving Underrated Gems from Thursday, which is my movie club. I'm moving it from Thursday to Wednesday because I don't want to compete with Thursday Night Football. Also, by the way, while we're at it, this show, the Monday night show, is probably going to end up being a NFL review stuff, and we'll do it after Monday Night Football. My brother's going to join me, my kid brother Eric, for those of you who know him. So we do that in the NFL season. We like talking football. I'm sorry. It's enjoyable. And also, it's super easy content. And also, we do like a little bet thing. So it's fun. It's enjoyable. Listeners, you can participate as well. They did so last year, and I think they had a lot of fun. They were somewhat competitive, but, we're still better than you are. I mean, we don't know shit about fuck, but we could beat you. So there you go. Well, what does that say about you? Huh? Although, to be honest, I really haven't been keeping up with any NFL news lately. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so just a quick reminder. Again, Underrated Gems, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, Otaku Tuesday at 5 p.m. And for, specifically for Underrated Gems, for those of you who don't know, I'll read you the calendar here. Whoop, that's the wrong one. Let me just get that out of the way. Let me read you it's a mess. It's one of those things where you've been away for a while, and then you come back and everything just feels off. I'm just exhausted. I drove for like 9 hours yesterday, which I know truck drivers are like, pussy, but I don't do it a lot, and it sucks, and it was really hot, and so I'm just tired. Just took a nap earlier. Like, I literally just woke up from a nap, so I didn't really set up anything. I just, I was like, all right, let's go. I even forgot to grab a beer. God damn it. I just realized that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Also, one small thing, because I've had people reach out and ask about this, like, dude, why do you do your videos the way you do? Why don't you just go straight to the point, go straight to the topic, and do it that way? Well, for those people, the ones who are wondering why I do it, why am I talking about me right now instead of talking about the Batman AI, which is the name of this title? It's because this is a podcast. This is not a YouTube channel. It's a podcast that has a YouTube channel, but at its heart is a podcast. And podcasts are, basically the Wild West. You can talk about whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. And that's kind of the way I like doing it. I could have a highly edited, highly, high quality content that only focuses on one thing. But that's really not as fun for me. It's really nice and enjoyable. And this allows me to add other stuff that I, maybe don't think would be worthy enough of having its own segment. So that's the reason why I do it. For those of you who asked, thank you for asking. That's the logic behind it. Again, it's not a YouTube channel. Well, it is a YouTube channel, but it is, at its heart, it's a podcast. And podcasts, you have the freedom of talking about whatever the fuck you want. I've always said this. This show is kind of like therapy for me. The core audience, the main audience of this show is me. Okay? 30-somethings who just want to, guys who just want to lay back, chill, talk about stupid things for a while, and not worry about stuff. That's the core audience. So if that kind of like, if that tickles your fancy and you happen to not be in that particular, age range or whatever, then cool. You're welcome. Anybody's welcome here. We're here to be stupid and enjoy it. Just talk shit because it's fun. Anyway, that's why. So I want to get that out of the way because it's weird. It was multiple people. And so I was like, I'm seeing a pattern here. Anyway, Thursdays, I'm not going to be doing anything probably, but on Wednesdays, I was about to fuck up. Wednesdays, we'll be doing underrated gems again, and I'll give you the calendar here real quick again because it allows me to see if I can fix up stuff in the background. But there we go. So we got this Wednesday, we will be talking RoboCop, the 1987 version. You can find it free on Prime. Not you have to pay for Amazon Prime, but you can find it on Prime. And the thing that we're going to be looking into in the particular movie, it's kind of, this is what I like about futuristic movies, or movies that try to predict the future. Let's see how many things they actually got right. Like with Demolition Man. Demolition Man got a lot of stuff right. So here we're going to see, what you look at the movie, try to look at the things that, oh man, they nailed that. They really nailed that. All right? So then we can discuss other stuff. But I think that's the easiest thing for anybody to keep an eye out for while you're watching the movie. The week after that, which would be August 9th, we'll be watching Wind River, which is a murder mystery, an investigation movie starring Jeremy Renner and Scarlet Witch. Next, we'll see the 1990. By the way, you can find that one for free on Hoopla, on Pluto with ads, on Freebie with ads, or you can rent it on Amazon Prime. I don't know what Hoopla or Freebie are, but if you have them, there you go. Next, we'll be watching the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live-action movie that's on HBO Max. By the way, most of these you can just rent them on Prime, so I'm going to stop saying that. The following week, which would be August 23rd, we're going to watch The Count of Monte Cristo, which you can find also on Hoopla. And finally, we're closing out August with The Outsiders. Now, I already have a few movies in mind for the rest of the way, but just, not the rest of the way, but for September. However, we will be starting with one of my personally favorite movies of all time. It's a phenomenal flick, and I can't believe I didn't have an image ready for it, but it has a lot to do with my weekend activities. Let me just open it. What? Why did I forget to? All right, so the first movie for September we will be watching will be Into the Wild. Now, if you've never seen this movie, here's a quick little breakdown. It's based on the true story of Alexander Supertramp, which is basically a dude who didn't want to be a part of society, who hated a bunch of things, and decided to just go into the wild and survive by himself. Burn his credit cards, burn every single bridge he ever had, and just go off into the wild and survive. It's a phenomenal film. It's directed by Sean Penn. It stars Emile Hirsch. And all the music was made by Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, one of my all-time favorite bands. So there you go. That's the first movie for September, and I think I can do this. Every week I just announce another movie. That doesn't seem terrible. I'll wait and do the whole calendar when we get closer to September. I think that at least we should be in August. But since I just went camping, since I was just out in the wild, I was like, you know what? This seems like an appropriate movie. It seems like an appropriate movie. Also, even if it's not appropriate, I want to talk about it. So, and it is my show. And as I said, I can do whatever I want. So I am. Let me see if I can find a few images here that actually work for my little adventure. I think this is just me driving around. Whoops, let me just fix the audio for that. Turn that off. So this is just I took a bunch of shots from the road. So let me just show you. First off, for those of you who don't know, I went to Arizona. We stayed there. We went from Thursday to Sunday. First, again, these are all from the car. Most of them are from the car. But we were there from Thursday to Sunday. First night, we stayed at a place called Cattail Cove. It's like an hour south of Lake Havasu. It was crazy hot. For camping, it was insanely hot. And our dog was kind of dying. So, she's an American Akita. She's covered in fur. And so, like, she's got two, 3 layers of hair. Let me see. I have a video of her. Let me just show you a quick video of her. So we got there, and it was basically go directly to the river. And so she was way too hot. Way too hot. And so it was every couple of hours. We arrived late, fortunately, so it wasn't super hot, but it still was crazy hot. It was like 112 or something. So every few hours, we just got up, went to the river, and went swimming, just so that, she wouldn't die. I was concerned, very concerned. That was a really rough night, but she had fun in the river, swimming out in the middle of the desert, at night, all the stars in the sky. I shot a video, but the video doesn't really do it justice at how beautiful it looked, the moonlight reflecting from the river and all that stuff. So that was really cool. David Martinez agreed, Gus, let's do SDW Fantasy League. Wait, did Gus say let's do a SDW Fantasy League? How does that work? Hey, somebody explain this. Where did they say that? Okay. Why isn't it showing up here? All right, so in the other chat, let's do an SDW Fantasy League. Oh, okay, so you mean a football league? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm already in too many leagues, but I could see. What do we need? 12 people? 12? All right, listen, if you can find 12 people who are into it, I'm game, all right? I'm sure Eric's going to be game, so anybody who's interested, send me a message at Super Dario World and at Dario SDW on Instagram. Send me a message there. I guess I should probably shout out the channel too. So for those, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, everything. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. So there you go. Then thank you for reminding me of that. Let me see what other stuff there. So we got there. The dog was super hot. We stayed there one night, and we were like, we won't survive another one of these. It's too much. It's too hot. The pup won't make it. I don't want the pup to die. And so we decided we were gonna move, and we were gonna go up into the mountains. Again, this is Arizona. And so we went up into the mountains and kind of into near Flagstaff, a place called Dogtown Lake. We managed to find some places that a campground that was open, and we just stayed there the rest of the time. Again, I got some images for you if you want to see it. Let me see. Do I have anything from the camp? This is the bad part of stuff not loading, or trusting that it's gonna load while you're in the background. But I went out. I used my drone a bit, shot some stuff. I was really annoying. It was really annoying. I mean, I'm always really annoying, but it was really annoying because we found this big, beautiful open field. I started using the drone a bit, and it needed an update. And so the stupid update did not allow for me to use the auto select thing. So I had to do it manually, and it was really windy. So it was a big pain in the ass. But overall, I went out there, had some fun. I did this shot that's probably gonna make somebody dizzy, but I don't care. But it's a beautiful open field. You're in the middle of nowhere, all right? You're in the, well, not in the middle of nowhere, but you're like deep into the wild. You hear gunshots off in the distance, so it's fun. It's enjoyable. I was really worried about bears. Let me just read this comment real quick. Gus Becerra. Speaking of the outsiders, Rob Lowe was just on a podcast with Bert Kreischer, the Machine, talking about growing up with the Estevez brothers and Tom Cruise and Matt Dillon. The amount of partying they did, 10 is enough for fantasy football. Okay, so if 10 people are interested, just message me. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, all right. So I was really concerned about bears. Why? Bears kind of freak me out, and I'll admit this. I'm afraid of bears. All right, it's one of those fears where I'm like, it's not irrational. It's a totally rational fear. Bears can kill you. And for those of you who don't know, a death by a bear is one of the most horrible deaths there is. So basically, what a bear does is it puts its paw. It'll knock you down. It'll put its weight on you and start eating you. So you're still alive when you die. That does not sound like a fun death to me, all right? It does not sound like a fun death, so I'm concerned about bears. So, we bought them. I brought a bear-resistant cooler, bear spray. I brought my American Akita, which is a bear hunting dog, and other stuff. So, to be ready against bears. And my girlfriend thinks that I'm kind of ridiculous. I may be over the top or whatever. However, when we get to the camp, I start talking with the ranger there, and I was like, so do you have any, this is bear country? Are there any, it's called Bearizona for a reason. We're very literally near Bearizona, which is an actual place. And I was like, so have you guys, had any issues with bears or something? And he's like, no, we haven't had any bears, in the park for all year. But however, down at Prescott, which is an hour drive away, a dude did just get mauled by a bear. So an hour away from us, a guy did just get mauled by a bear 2 weeks before we went. And I think less than 2. I think it was June 17th. So I was like, fuck. All right. So that's concerning. Fortunately, we did not get eaten by any bears. So I heard bears eat your ass first. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense because they're putting their weight on they're probably going to put their weight on top of you on the top part. So it would make sense they go for the ass first, you know, those perverts. And so, like I said, we went out, we did some hikes, we went to the lake. Unfortunately, you couldn't swim in that lake. Here, I took a minute 30 of video of my dog chasing bugs. So there's a bunch of like crickets and stuff running around and other bugs, and she just started chasing them like crazy. It was great. It was fun. So again, I have the being in the wild in my mind, and you know, you start thinking of things. There was no showers, so you start prioritizing stuff like what's a real priority here? What do you do in case of a bear comes? Like what stuff should I focus on? What's important? What's not? And one of the things that I also realized is that the further you are into the wild, you know, into nature, the more civilized people become. And it's really that doesn't really make much sense if you think about it, but it's true. So let's say when you go camping, you just leave everything out there, and you go. So we left our tent, our food, everything. We just left it there, got on the car, and drove so we could go to another location, right? I would never. I don't even like leaving my trash out here in the city. So it's one of the things like it's crazy because the city's supposed to be more civilized. Yet people are nicer and more civilized in the wild. It's crazy. I don't know why. I don't understand it. I guess it's because you're all trying to survive at the same time. I don't know. Point is, go camping. I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's in the summer it's harder. Honestly, I prefer winter camping because you know then it makes more sense to do set up fires and do what do you call it, the s'mores and stuff. It's a lot more. That's a lot more fun. In the summer, it's just crazy hot, and you don't even want to be alive sometimes, and or you're dying sometimes, like my dog, in where we were at 112, and so I highly recommend it. Arizona is beautiful. I was driving. We decided to drive back via Sedona. Sedona's phenomenally beautiful. And as I've mentioned several times before, like look at all these damn trees. All right, so we were driving this part. We drove for hours and hours and hours, and there were trees as far as the eye could see. There's too many trees there. And now you understand, honestly, once you're there, you realize, so this is how people get lost in the woods. Because everything looks exactly the same. And if somebody just dropped you here, like in the middle of that mountain, you don't know where anything is. You can barely even hear stuff. You're hearing forest sounds, but it's very weird. It's a weird thing that happens to your brain. But like I said, we have too many damn trees. Like for those people who are saying like we're running out of trees, you're lying. I mean, you can't even cut these down. It's crazy. There's too many trees. Again, for hours and hours and hours, totally going at the speed limit. Trees as far as the eye can see, and this is just Arizona. California's also got a bunch. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. But it is extremely beautiful. Like just look at this. Like this is called Slide Rock, I think. And just look at, you can see all the beautiful rock formations there in the middle of the woods. There's a river here somewhere too. It just looks phenomenal. And I didn't take too much video because I was driving and I wanted to be a little bit safe. But there were certain things that like I need to record that. And so we're definitely going to be heading back. Look at that. So you can go in there, you can do hikes, and on certain of them, a few of them, I'm assuming you can't. But it's I think I take the camera here. All right, so there you go. So it's fun. Point is, Arizona, very beautiful, very impressed. The only problem, it's crazy hot. It's really crazy hot. If it wasn't for that, I might consider moving. But I don't know who was it. Is it Gus who's living in El Centro, or is it Chuck? I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. It's too much. It's too hot. It's crazy. But fun, to go for a little vacation. So there you go. That was my trip. And again, I didn't want to get too many details, but it was enjoyable. And I highly recommend it. So let's move on to the pieces of news that I found interesting for this week. So first off, apparently there is the Nintendo Switch could be coming, and quite soon. Where did I find this? Let me just find the article real quick. So this is according to GameStop, right? Nintendo Switch 2 already with developers launching in 2024 report. The next Nintendo console has been sent to developers ahead of public release in 2024, it's reported. So, again, not confirmed. This is not coming from Nintendo. This is coming from GameStop following a report. So, it's about freaking time. I think it's about time that the Switch got an upgrade. If they do the exact same thing as the Switch, it's just more powerful, that thing's going to make them crazy loads of money. Because the Switch is good enough. All right? Good enough. Not great, not phenomenal. For some reason, they took their sweet-ass time developing certain things. I love my Switch. But there was a point where an update was done, and all of a sudden, Bluetooth headphones could connect to the Switch. They didn't change any of the hardware. So you're like, these motherfuckers could have done Bluetooth technology the entire time, and they didn't do it? Why? Because they're dicks? I don't know. But supposedly there's going to be more news about this soon, and so when we get there, I'll probably break it down, but I'll just read a little bit here of the article if you want. Platform holders like Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony are understood to that's stupid. Where is the thing from the Bowser dude? Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is, when I have more info about that, I'll let you know. Next, we're moving on to The Witcher. So, for those of you who don't know, apparently The Witcher Season 3 sucks balls. I haven't seen it. I can't confirm or deny that. I just know that I saw the first episode and I'm holding back a sneeze. I saw the first episode and I was really bored. And I was like, I don't feel like watching it. Every single thing I've heard from every single person is that Season 3 sucks. That it's terrible. That it's disgusting. And there's rumors now circulating the internet that the series not only has been put on hold, but potentially could be done. So as you may or may not know, Henry Cavill, the star of the series, has left it after Season 3. He left The Witcher because disagreements. Let's just leave it at that. And so, supposedly, Liam Hemsworth was going to be taking on the role of Geralt of Rivia. And now, apparently, that might not happen. Now, I'm not sure. I read a bunch of articles about this. Nobody's confirming anything, but basically, it's because of the writer's strike that it's going to be delayed. However, due to the not so warm reception of Season 3, there are rumors that this might be the end for the series in general. It's not confirmed. The moment it's confirmed, I'll let you know, or on my following podcast. But just so you know, that it looks like it's not going to be moving forward, and haha, because good, you ruined it. You started off well, then you did badly, and then apparently you did terribly, and now there you go. So let me see. Check the mangas. I'm still at work listening to you, and the customers are listening. Free publicity. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. It's So just correct me if I'm wrong, Chuck. Are you in El Centro? Is it you or Gus? I'm confused, and I thought it was you. I just drove by El Centro. It's insane how hot it is. I don't know how you guys do it. It's too much. You get cooked just getting out of your car just to get gas. I don't know how you guys do it. You're crazy. Madness. You're mad lads. Anyway. Let's moving on to the final piece of news before I read this AI script, which is freaking hilarious. I live in Hemet near Riverside. Gus. Okay, so it was Chuck. All right, Chuck's the one who lives out in El Centro, living the life. All right, next, Kevin Spacey. So, actor Kevin Spacey has been officially acquitted of a bunch of sexual misconduct allegations. Now, there's a few caveats to this particular story. Chuck Dominguez, it's fucking hot as fuck. It was, honestly. I just drove through there. But I ended up, as I mentioned, I was in Arizona. We were near Lake Havasu, and it's pretty much around the same temperature, like 112. It's not, God has abandoned that land. And in Lake Havasu, there's the river, the Colorado River is right there. So, it gives you a little bit of a breeze, like very light. The water kind of takes some of the heat, or you can just go into the river. I don't know how you do it in El Centro. It's all desert. So, cheers to you guys. Yeesh. It's been 104 the last 2 weeks up in Hemet. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I have family members who live up in Hemet. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's been like a cousin of mine. He has a sound studio up there. Dude, he needs AC. you can't be in a recording studio without AC. Like right now, I'm dying. I need AC in here because you know you have to do soundproof stuff, which makes it even hotter. All the heat stays here. It's like insulate. It sucks. Right now it's 112. Yep, 112 seems about right. It's even too hot for the devil. Yes, both the devil and God are scared of going into those temperatures. It's not meant for people. All right, I'm always reminded of like it's a King of the Hill quote when Bobby gets out of the car in Phoenix and he's saying let me see if I can find it because it's a great quote. Bobby Hill Phoenix quote, or well, I guess it's a meme now. This city, okay, let me see. 111 degrees. Phoenix can't really be that hot, can it? Oh my God! It's like standing on the sun. This city should not exist. It is a monument to man's arrogance. I missed that show, man. I've heard rumors that King of the Hill will be coming back. I haven't heard anything be confirmed. Like Futurama, you know, Futurama is always it leaves and comes back. It leaves and comes back. But for King of the Hill, they keep saying that it's gonna come back, and it still hasn't happened. So hopefully it does, because I love that show. It's phenomenal. But yeah, it's in a monument to man's arrogance. Anyway, back to Kevin Spacey. So Kevin Spacey has been acquitted of all charges in the UK. Now, for those of you who don't remember, back when Me Too was at as red hot can be, as hot to be, and you know, it's like the hottest thing. What's the Zoolander quote? Hashtag Me Too, so hot right now. Kevin Spacey was one of the people who got Me Too'd, and is probably the person that got the worst of it, maybe next to Weinstein, the dude who actually went to jail. But Kevin Spacey, a bunch of dudes popped up and was like, hey, he molested me and stuff like that. And so he went from being an A-lister, having his own Netflix show and all that stuff, to being a pariah in Hollywood. And I remember that dude came out of the closet and everything, and people were still mad at him because, like, how dare you hide behind the rainbow and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of really controversial stuff. Still, to this point, it's kind of controversial that he was acquitted because it was a court in England. It wasn't in the U.S. Like 3 of the accusers died. So 3 of the people accusing Kevin Spacey died while this was going on. It's really weird. However, whether you believe him or not, I think I believe in having standards. So if the dude was proven innocent in court, then give him the benefit of the doubt. At least innocent until proven guilty. And in this case, they didn't find him guilty. Maybe if they try him again in the U.S., it's gonna happen. So to me, I'm very consistent with this stuff. Dude should sue the ever-living fuck out of everybody who cost him money and his reputation. That's it. That's what you should do. If you're proven innocent, you should sue the ever-living fuck out of everybody, particularly Netflix. I remember he had to pay money to Netflix because they canceled his show. Now, the dude may be a piece of crap, and he may have done it and all that crap. However, the evidence was not enough to support it, or at least not in England. So until they prove it in the U.S., sue the ever-living fuck out of everybody. Sue him. This madness needs to stop. All right? So, I don't know. I like Kevin Spacey as an actor. He did a really good job. 7, phenomenal. So, who knows what this? Again, the three of the people dying is really, really shady. So, but unfortunately, I believe in, either believe in something or you don't. And so, I kind of have to. I put myself in a corner there. So now, there you go. If Futurama comes back, King of the Hill will be right around the corner. Futurama is back. Futurama came back, I think, last week. There's new episodes on Hulu, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that, because I haven't seen it, but I want to. New season starts. All right, Futurama new season. On Hulu, yeah. Futurama producer teases bigger episodes for new Hulu season. Yeah, it's on Hulu. New episode, new season. Started July 24th. So a week ago. You can check it out there. Let me know how it is. I might just start doing it. Live action King of the Hill. I heard. Who could play Hank Hill? Like, a part of me wants to say Tom Hanks, just because of the meme. Like, who would win? What is it? Tom Hill or Hanks. And so it's a meme. I sent it to my buddies. I really enjoyed it. The problem is who's gonna play Peggy and Bobby, because Bobby has his moments, but he's mostly a little shit and you hate him a lot because he's so weak and pathetic. Peggy has to be retarded and you have to hate her the entire time because she's so fucking stupid. However, she has to be so fucking stupid that she makes you laugh about how stupid she is. It's a hard line to walk. Like I remember, I make this joke a lot with my friends. So mitad, and as if you guys remember, Peggy Hill is a substitute Spanish teacher, right? So she knows Spanish. And one time, the neighbor, the Connie's parents, they walk up to Connie's mom walks up to Peggy and he's like, "Oh, Peggy Hill, you speak Spanish, right? We are renting a house down in Mexico, and we want to know what mitad casa means." Mitad. And so Peggy's stumped, right? And instead of saying, "I don't know," her answer is like, "Oh, mitad, it's like one of those, Aztec words that don't have a direct translation, but I guess you could say it would be fancy. So mitad would be fancy." And so everybody's like, "Oh, mitad casa," like, "Oh, fancy." And so it's a joke that I do with my friends and family. Every once in a while, I'll just go like, "Oh, so mitad." It's stupid. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, mitad in Spanish means half. There you go. So again, she's just a total idiot. But you laugh at how stupid she is, and you hate her at the same time. It's not easy casting, guys. Tom Hanks, I think, would be a solid pick for Hank Hill. But Peggy is the one that's really difficult. And Peggy makes the show. Again, I hate her. I hate her guts. But without her, there wouldn't be a show. Let me see. Let me just read here a little quick. The Court of Public Opinion hates actual courts. Didn't you see that Matt Araiza is suing the girl who falsely accused him? If it does well, okay, you mean Futurama? Please do King of the Hill episode breakdowns. Don't. Zachary Cruz, don't tempt me, Frodo. That actually would be great. Marissa Tomei is Peggy. No, Marissa Tomei is a phenomenal actress, but she's too likable. Again, Peggy Hill, she lives in this really weird zone where only a cartoon character can do it. But don't tempt me, Frodo. That would be cool. Breaking down King of the Hill episodes. I'll think about it because I enjoy doing it. And again, it's super easy content. And there's like, what, 50? No, there's a bunch of seasons. Let me see. So I'm not talking out of my butt. Just saying a number. How many King of the Hill IMDb? 1997 to 2010. So that's like 13 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 13 seasons. It's easy content, so I'll think about it. Honestly, I'll think about it. But yeah, public opinion. You could argue, honestly, this is the problem. You could argue that the court of public opinion matters more than actual courts. However, that doesn't stop you from suing people. Just sue. I've always said this, because when the whole Me Too stuff was happening, I've always said the same thing. And if anything happened to me, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, this is my answer. This is what I would advise a friend who didn't do anything or says he didn't do anything and he's getting Me Too'd. My answer to him would be, shut the fuck up. Just say, I didn't do anything. I'll wait to show my evidence at court. That's it. All right, that's what you do. If you're a guy and you're being Me Too, you say you shut the fuck up after that. But you just say, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm saving all my evidence for court. That's it. Because you should sue the ever living fuck out of anybody who's slandering you that way. It's a terrible thing to do. So first off, if you did it, then you're fucked. And if a girl tells me that somebody did something to her, my answer to her is go to the cops. Get that dude arrested. Go to the cops. And so those two are consistent with each other. If anything happened to the girl, she should go to the cops immediately, not to the court of public opinion. That's stupid. You don't get nothing gets solved that way. In fact, in many ways, you're kind of an accessory to the next person who gets, abused by somebody if they really did it. And on the other side, if you're a guy, you save your evidence for the real court, because either you're going to, either you're going to be, they're going to try to arrest you, or you're going to sue, or you're going to sue the ever living fuck out of everybody. So save your evidence for court. And if you're a girl, just go to the cops. It's pretty simple. But the whole court of public opinion, to me, it just seems kind of like bullshit. But whatever. I plead the fifth. Learn from the Chappelle show. Learn that from the Chappelle show. That helps. To me, it's always been just like, save your evidence for court. Save your evidence for court, because that's where it actually matters. And sue. Because the court of public opinion should not be ruining your life. And also, if I'm an employer and I'm in the situation where, let's say, Netflix was back at that point, this is where contracts matter. And so if I'm doing a contract with somebody, I would put a line in there that says that I cannot fire them over something they post on social media, and I cannot fire them over accusations or whatever. And so it's one of those things, like, so that way, let's say if I'm Netflix and Kevin Spacey is being accused of a bunch of stuff, you're like, well, it's in the contract. We can't fire him. All right, things will be put on hold, but we're not firing him until, if you want, because I honestly wouldn't even put it on hold. But it's up to the courts. If something, if something truly is illegal has happened and it's been proven at court, then we'll terminate the thing. So just protect yourself. It'd be easier. However, I don't. From the last I've heard, I don't think anybody does that yet. But we'll see. We'll see if somebody's learned something out of all this stupidity. But point is, Kevin Spacey will probably not be going back to doing stuff. Again, his name has been tarnished, but he should sue people like crazy, left and right. At least in his situation, I would. And okay, that's it for the news. Those are the relevant things that I noticed while I was camping. Now we're moving on to a Batman AI generated script. Now, first off, let me just tell you guys, you see that very nice Batman image that's right there on the screen? That was generated by an AI. And as you can see, let me just make it in full screen here. It's a terrible image. So I've talked about this a lot. I was very concerned about AI at first. Now, not so much. The reason is because, first off, I'm still concerned about true AI. And a true AI basically means an actual artificial intelligence, something that can think for itself. That concerns me. And all my previous points about that still stand. Like, mainly that if we create something that's as smart as we are and doesn't get tired, then that thing should be able to create something that's smarter or make itself smarter. And at that point, we become obsolete. All right? The horizon, as far as we can see, is the limit of the smartest human in history. That's our horizon. If we create a machine that can create a machine that's smarter than itself, and obviously this is going to be a snowball effect because they'll keep getting smarter and smarter because, again, they're never tired. They never have to stop working. Then they're gonna be able to see way further than we can, and at that point we become like bugs. And have you ever been concerned about, any bug that you kill? No, because they're bugs. They're dumber. You don't care. Humans don't care about animals that are dumber than we are, so why should machines? And so that's always been my concern, that humans will basically become obsolete and we will be the creators of the machines that end up destroying us. And now, for those of you who are thinking, Dario, that's stupid. We'd build in fail-safes. We'd build something there that makes sure it stays under our control. Really? You think you can control something that's smarter than you? You think us humans writing a bit of code that says basically don't kill us, the machine's gonna be like, rats, I can't, damn it, these stupid humans, I can't find a way to loop around that. I'm stuck, handcuffs, doesn't work. All right, I don't like it at all. Let me see this real quick. Batman, Dear Diary. That's what it looks like, right? I'll tell you the prompt. This is the prompt that I gave them, the image creator thing, the AI. Batman reading a script. Now, I don't know what the hell this thing in his hand is. Maybe it's a pen. Like, the costume is terrible. Everything sucks. All right? I just, Batman reading a script, and this is what it gave me. Now, does it look like Batman? Sure. However, once you look at it for more than 2 seconds, you're like, this is wrong. For starters, there's no... they didn't even try to put lines here. Nothing. It's stupid. Anyway, the point is, the current AI, the stuff that AI, the way they're using it right now, I'm not as concerned by, because it's basically a predictive text algorithm, which basically they learn language and they repeat it and they do the same thing with images. So I'm not as concerned. The reason why I'm not as concerned is that they have been basically, there are so many AI generated images in the internet that when they try to, they start pulling from the AI generated images, and so the AI is feeding from the AI, and it's getting progressively worse and worse. It's happening with writing too. So the way that, and all right, so there's true AI, which is the one that concerns me, and I'm just going to use AI in general for right now, just so it's less confusing. So the AI that's using right now, the one that's useful is the one that's it's specified for something, so for like one thing. So it's like basically a lobotomized AI, the one that works. So for example, reading x-rays, right? So what happens is an AI reads a million images of fractures and how they look. And so once it learns exactly how fractures look, they put it on an x-ray, it can immediately detect any fracture on anything because it already tested a million images. So if you're trying to locate a tumor, they show it a million images of what a tumor looks like, and so it can easily identify it. So again, it's specific. It's for one thing only, and that's cool. That's fine. I have no issue with it because it's basically lobotomized, right? It's just identifying things. That one's cool. And so they tried to do that with script. And with writing, again, it's tricky because it's pulling from script that's been generated by AI, and it's not perfect and sometimes seems really stupid. So I found this page. Let me see. This goes back to last week when I asked you if an AI could write MCU scripts. Given that there's so many comics already written, I'm convinced my Roomba vacuum is trying to kill me. Oh, listen, it's definitely trying to. It's definitely trying to. So yes, Gus, this does come back to that. Because I remember I was going through a bunch of posts and I saw this one and I was like, dude, this is exactly what we're talking about. And so I have to read it. So here's what the post says. So just so you know the parameters of this thing. I forced the bot to watch over 1,000 hours of Batman movies and then asked it to write a Batman movie of its own. Here is the first page. So this is the only one page of the whole thing, all right? One page. That's all you're getting. And again, went over 1,000. So I'm assuming this includes the TV shows, because there's not 1,000 hours in all the movies, right? So you got the 3 Christopher Nolan ones, which let's say 3 hours tops. You got, 9 hours tops total. You got the 2 Tim Burton ones, which is another, let's be generous, another 3. Then you got Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, then the newest, the Batman. So let's say another 9 hours with all those. So it'd be 24 hours. So they have to have added the TV shows, definitely. I mean, the oldest TV shows, the one where Adam West is Batman, to the most modern stuff. And I'm assuming I would have added, again, 1,000 hours is a lot. So they made an AI watch 1,000 hours of Batman stuff, and he wrote a script. Here it is. All right, so just so you guys know, when I'm reading as the narrator, it'll be my normal voice. It'll be this, all right? So, interior, traditional Batcave, blah, blah, blah. When I'm doing Batman, I'll be doing, I'm Batman. All right, so when it sounds like this is Batman. When I'm doing Alfred, I'll be doing British, Master Wayne. And the Joker, I'm going to try to do, again, these all characters are on the first page. I'm going to be doing, I'm going to try doing Heath Ledger. You know how I got these scars. All right, so this is tough. I'm going to try. I'm not a voice actor, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give it my best, all right? So, interior, traditional Batcave. Batman stands next to his Batmobile and uses his Batcomputer. He's sometimes Bruce Wayne, sometimes Batman, always orphan. This is now a safe city. I've punched the Penguin into prison. Alfred, Batman's lawyer Battler, carries a tray of goth ham. Eat dinner, Mattress Wayne. An explosion explodes. The Joker and Two-Face enter the cave, Joker's a clown, but insane. Two-Face is a man, but attorney. No, it is Two-Face and One-Face. They hate me for being a bat. Batman throws Alfred at Two-Face. Two-Face flips Alfred like a coin. Alfred lands heads up, which means Two-Face goes home. It is just you and I, the Joker. Bat versus clown. Moral enemies. I am such a freak. Society's bad. You drink water. I drink anarchy. I drink bats just like a bat would. Batman looks around for his parents, but they are still dead. This makes him have anger. He fires a bat rocket. The Joker deflects it with his sick sense of humor. A clowny power. I've never followed a rule. That is my rule. Do you follow? I don't. Alfred, give birth to Robin. Alfred begins the process since it is his job. The Joker now has a present in his hand. He juggles it over to Batman. Happy birthday. Oh, happy Bat Day, Birthman. Batman opens the present since he's a good guy. It contains a coupon for new parents, but it is expired. This is the Joker's joke. Oh my god, that's so stupid. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's so stupid. It's great. Honestly, I want more of this. I want to see the whole thing. I want to see the whole freaking script. If that's the first page, my god, it's a roller coaster. It's truly a roller coaster. What the fuck, lol. Redditors have zero to worry about. Yes, definitely. My god, that thing's awesome. It's so stupid. It's so stupidly bad. It's still better than The Flash. Go on, David. I haven't seen The Flash, to be honest. But you know, I didn't feel like. I didn't feel like watching it, so that actually tells you a lot. Coupon is incredible. I want this script on SNL. Right? It feels like it would have been an awesome SNL script, but oh god, I'll just read it again. I'll try to be quick about it. Just, you know, without laughing. I already got it on my system. I'll do it real quick. Interior. Traditional Batcave. Batman stands next to his Batmobile and uses his Bat computer. He's sometimes Bruce Wayne, sometimes Batman, all-time orphan. This is now a safe city. I punched the Penguin into prison. Alfred, Batman's loyal battler, carries a tray of goth ham. Eat a dinner, Mattress Wayne. An explosion explodes. The Joker and Two-Face enter the cave. Joker is a clown, but insane. Two-Face is a man, but attorney. No, it is Two-Face and One-Face. They hate me for being a bat. Batman throws Alfred at Two-Face. Two-Face flips Alfred like a coin. Alfred lands heads up, which means Two-Face goes home. That's fucking genius. I'm sorry. That's genius. That's comedy gold. It is just you and I, the Joker. Bat versus clown. Moral enemies. I am such a freak. Society's bad. You drink water. I drink anarchy. I drink bats just like a bat would. Batman looks around for his parents, but they are still dead. This makes him have anger. He fires a bat rocket. The Joker deflects it with a sick sense of humor, a clowny power. I have never followed a rule. That is my rule. Do you follow? I don't. Alfred, give birth to Robin. Alfred begins the process since it's his job. The Joker now has a present in his hand. He juggles it over to Batman. Happy Bat Day, Birthman. Batman opens the present since he's a good guy. It contains a coupon for new parents, but it's expired. This is the Joker's joke. Oh god, oh man, this is great. Honestly, I to AI, just take over. Seriously. I'd watch this show. I'd watch this show and die laughing. Seriously. My god, it's phenomenally stupid. But anyway, yeah. Point is, I'm not as concerned about AI anymore. There you go. That's it's so stupid. I love it. So I'm not as concerned about AI anymore. Hopefully you guys aren't either. Or maybe you're excited. Honestly, if this is the future that awaits us, it's just comedy gold. And I'm all in for comedy gold. So there you go. That's a good place to stop. I don't think I can top that. Be honest, I may not be able to top that ever. Stupid AI, you're way funnier than I'll ever be in 1,000 lifetimes. Son of a bitch. But as always, like this video, share this channel. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World or at DarioSDW. If you want to do the Fantasy Football League, message me there. If I can get like 10 people to be a part of it, then I'll probably do it. First come, first serve. If not, we're still going to be doing the regular league that we do. I'll break that down once we get closer, once we actually talk NFL stuff, so we can go through the rules and everything for anybody who wants to join us. But that's it. As always, let me give a quick reminder. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., Otaku Tuesday. Eric will be joining me, supposedly. We'll see if he doesn't have another stupid show, another rock star show. Wednesday, Underrated Gems, my movie club. We will be talking about RoboCop. We will be going through RoboCop. I think I kind of figured out the rules so that the stream doesn't get taken down. And as long as I keep stuff under 20 seconds, it should be fine. Hopefully, the rule still applies for RoboCop. We'll see. But that's it. Let me see. Sacred Cruz, love you, D-Money. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me, Gus, David, Sack, Chuck, everybody. I really appreciate it. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.